Buonasera. Welcome to another episode of Regional Italian Cuisine. My name is Caterina Borsato. Now, the Italians are very good at celebration. I guess it's part of their culture. Christmas time, New Year's Eve, and of course, January the 6th being La Befana, when the Befana comes, being the witch, and she comes and brings all the gifts to the children. So with the Italians, we really love to celebrate these momentous occasions. Now, of course, the Japanese, which are probably an emotional and a colourful race, just like the Italians, in fact, have their own versions of this very thing. On this program, we're going to be talking about Japanese New Year. In fact, they call this Oseki. And of course, this is a very, very important part of their calendar. It's one of the 5 main celebratory days in the year. Now, Oseki is a tradition that started way back in the Heian period, somewhere between 795 up to 1185. So it has enormous history. And basically, it's all about food that is preserved, salted, cured, marinated. Because back in the old days, there was no refrigeration, and a lot of the food actually had to be kept for quite a few days. And of course, the thing in Japan is that they don't like the women working after the 31st, and only vital shops basically open between the 28th of December up to the 3rd of January. It's very, very important part of their calendar, as I said. And what better way than to introduce Suki Ibuki, and he will take us through the paces of how you prepare, the symbolism of the food, how it's presented, the colours, which all have wonderful meanings. So let's go meet Suki. Well, welcome, Suki. Thank you very much for joining us again. This is just a fascinating story about Oseki. Did I say that right?
No, Osechi.
Osechi. She's always correcting me. Now, let us go through some of the beautiful food that is presented in these. Now, the lacquer box is actually called jubako.
Jubako, yes.
And ju meaning
10.
10, because you actually layer these lacquer boxes up to a stack of 10. Obviously, if you've got large family.
Yep.
On this occasion, Suki is going to just showcase one of these lacquer boxes with all the various foods, up to about 12, which will go through the seasons and their meanings. Now, the first thing you have here is the snapper. Now, snapper meaning?
King of the fish.
It's the king of the fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every occasions, wedding or everything, happy times.
Yes,
you see it.
They always have the snapper. And do you just always have it whole, or can you have it filleted?
Oh, filleted, but normally just for the show of the people.
Yes.
So
yes.
Big,
And how do we cook the snapper?
Just simply salted and a little bit brushed the sake.
Yes.
And grilled.
And grilled. So salted, brushed with sake and grilled. Now the second item you have are the crayfish, which of course they are beautifully expensive and always look fantastic on
and nice colour.
And its colour. And what is the meaning of the crayfish?
Maybe long life.
Long life.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Happiness. All together. Yeah.
Okay. Then we move on to another king of the fish, I think, which is abalone. Now, for our viewers at home, now abalone can be a little bit scary. How do you prepare abalone?
Oh, very easy. Just out of the shell.
Yes.
And steam with salt and sake.
And that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
So the sake, which of course is the rice wine with the flavour.
Yeah, abalone comes into nice flavour, so don't cook too much, okay?
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Then the next item we have are the fish cakes, which are obviously white and pink. Pink denoting, because the colour is also very, very important, but pink meaning, once again, happiness. Yeah. All right, and there's a special way of preparing that as well. And then the next thing you've got in the box is kelp. Now, kelp comes in the dried form, correct?
Yeah. Kelp we use in so many, stock for the cooking, and we are eating with putting the soup and everything.
Yes, you can use it. It's used very well.
Yeah.
And what does kelp mean?
Kelp is grow in the bottom of the sea.
It is at the bottom of the sea?
And it's strong, so for the kids for
growth.
Grow.
So kelp meaning strength,
healthy.
growth, health, energy, all those things that come from the bottom of the sea, and it's great for children. Well, I think this would be an opportune time. We will go into the kitchen, and Suki will show us, along with his very trusted chef, Mr. Himagoshi.
Yamagoshi.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, my friend.
And, yeah, your dear friend. And the two of them are going to show us and take us through how we prepare the kelp, and then it's going to be tied with the turnip, which is either in the dried form or soaked in water. And they'll take us through a very simple pace, a very, very interesting way of doing this.
Now I'd like to introduce my good friend, nearly 40 years, and my head chef on this restaurant. He can prepare for this, dry the kelp, and soak in the water a couple of hours. And what do you put in there?
The fish.
Fish, is it grilled fish or grilled chicken, doesn't matter. And just roll up. Yeah, it's too long to cut. And actually, this one's dried turnip. You can use in the mix with the salad or anything. And especially for the sushi, easy to tie up. And when you cook, very soft. And quite a nice flavor. There's so many ways to use. Only one part of Japan come from, because they grow special turnip, and dried very important. Very cold, dry wind. They're hanging whole city, winter time, everywhere you can see. That's only one part from Japan to come from. That's a kelp.
Well, Suki, that requires quite an art. There's something about Japanese being able to tie so beautifully and present these dishes. Now, let's just recap. This turnip, it only comes from one part of Japan?
North Japan.
North Japan?
Yeah, because this particular turnip only one season grows once a year.
So they grow once, for only one of the seasons once a year, so
Yeah.
short life?
Yeah. And they are important, very cold, winter dry.
Right.
So only winter time they dry, okay?
So yes, because our viewers at home would have seen the long piece that was completely dried, and then you would have also have seen that it was immersed in water, where you soften it up and it actually changes colour.
Yeah.
Now you can use this dried turnip not just in this form, but you can use it in soups.
Yes, for the sushi.
Or sushi?
And cinnamon, or even in the salad, it's quite nice.
Even in beautiful in salad.
Yeah.
What does it taste like? Crunchy?
No, not crunchy.
No.
Very soft.
Very, very soft. Yeah, so it's got a real root flavour.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Now, isn't that just, it's just lovely knowing the little knickknacks of how the Japanese do these special little treats. Now, we're going to go into a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to go through some of the other items which are in these wonderful little boxes which they use to celebrate
Not
osechi.
little box, a big box.
Oh, big. He's always correcting me.